Welcome back to Math 171 Pre-Calculus Algebra. In this video, we're going to talk about finding the equation of a line given the slope and a point. So we're going to start with the equation for slope. However, instead of using x2, y2, we're just going to use a generic x and y. So we can do y minus y1 over x minus x1. But now we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. We're going to go ahead and multiply both sides of the equation by x minus x1. So we end up getting m times x minus x1. And then if I multiply the right-hand side by x minus x1, the denominator just goes away. And I get y minus y1. And usually we're going to write that with stuff on the opposite side of the equal sign we have here. So it's going to be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So now we can work with this if we're given some information. So we'll say we're given the fact that m is equal to 4. And then the point, -1, 3. So what we're going to do is plug the information in. So we have y minus 3 is equal to m, which is 4. Then x minus x1, which would be minus 1, or -1, so minus -1 is the same thing as plus 1. So that would be an equation for the line, but we're usually going to want to solve this for y. So the first thing I'll do is distribute the 4. So we have y minus 3 equals 4x plus 4. Then we'll add 3 to both sides and get y equals 4x plus 7. Now there is a special case of this formula. It is important to us. That's going to be if we're given the point (0, b). So note the x-coordinate here is 0, so that means that point's going to be on the y-axis, meaning it's the y-intercept of the line. Well, if I plug this into the formula here, I get y minus b is equal to m, technically x minus 0, but we know x minus 0 is just x. So y minus b equals mx. Now I can add b to both sides of this. We get y equals mx plus b, and that is commonly known as slope-intercept. Form of the equation. So, something we can do from that is if we're given the fact, let's say m equals 3, and the y-intercept is -4, we can just plug this in directly as y equals 3x minus 4. that concludes this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about using the slope-intercept form of a line to actually graph the line.